So the big picture now with the borders are Tom Homan with us in studio, and welcome back to New York.
Hi.
Thank you. Hi.
We'll get to New York in a moment, but first on Minnesota, there's a lot to discuss with you today. The mayor calls it a federal invasion. They're bringing suit against the administration. What do you say to that charge of invasion,
Well,
in the city of Minneapolis?
The invasion occurred the last 4 years when millions of illegal aliens were illegally released in the United States without proper vetting. That's why we're there, Bill. We're in Minnesota because, number one, there's sanctuary state, sanctuary city. They're knowingly releasing public safety threats, illegal aliens to the streets every day. We're there because the Biden administration let millions of illegal aliens, criminal aliens into the nation. We're there because we want to arrest these public safety threats that they're releasing to the street. If these governors and mayors will simply let us in their jail, comply with our retainers, we can arrest that criminal public safety threat in the safety and security of a jail, but they'd rather release them in the public, which is unsafe for the public, unsafe for the alien, and certainly unsafe for our agents.
So one of the ways that states fight back against the feds and vice versa is through the courts. And that's where that's where the argument should go next, I suppose. Here is Mayor Frey yesterday.
What we are seeing right now is not normal immigration enforcement. We are not asking ICE not to do ICE things. We are asking this federal government to stop the unconstitutional conduct that is invading our streets each and every day. You've seen the videos. At times, there are as many as 50 agents arresting one person. The scale is wildly disproportionate and has nothing to do with keeping people safe.
And Governor Pritzker of Illinois also suing the feds, saying that in the face of the Trump administration's cruelty and intimidation, Illinois is standing up for our people. Today, we are once again taking Trump to court to hold his administration accountable for its unlawful tactics, unnecessary escalations, and flagrant abuses of power. What are your lawyers telling you about the chances for the feds to win these lawsuits?
We'll win the lawsuits because we're simply enforcing laws that were enacted by Congress. We're not making this up. And where are all these people with opinions? Where were they the last 4 years? When 500,000 children were smuggled in the country, they lost track of 300,000 of them, and President Trump has found 129,000 of these missing children that the last administration wasn't even looking for. Where were these people when 250,000 Americans died from fentanyl overdoses that came across that border? Where were these folks when we had a record number of sex trafficking of women and children across that border? Where were they when we had a record number of terrorist watch list people coming across that border? They were silent. I wish these people would talk to an angel moms and dad who were separated from their kids permanently because they buried them. We're enforcing laws enacted by Congress. If these protesters don't like it, go protest Capitol Hill, because we're enforcing laws that they enacted, and we're not going to apologize for doing it. President Trump is making this country safer.
We talked to DHS a lot. These are the numbers they're giving us right now since, I guess, really over the last month, I would say. Assaults up 1,300%, vehicular attacks up 3,200%, death threats up 8,000. I think in the big, beautiful bill, you had 5,000 ICE agents on payroll. But the big, beautiful bill was designed to hire 10,000 more, which would bring it to 15,000. Have those numbers right?
Yes.
How close are you to the 15,000 that you want to hire?
We'll be there by the end. Mid-February, we should be there.
So there's been some criticism out of places like Minnesota that they are not trained properly to do the job they're being asked to do. What do you think about that?
They're being trained down at Federal Law Enforcement Training Center, and I think the training is adequate. I mean, these men and women, first of all, let's recognize that a lot of these people we're hiring are prior law enforcement. A lot of people we're hiring were ICE agents that retired and now coming back. So they have a lot of experience. I want to talk about the mayor's comment about so many agents arresting a criminal illegal alien. One agent can arrest one criminal alien in the safety and security of a county jail. Let us in there. More agents in the jails means less agents in the street. Stop forcing us into the community. This can be done a lot safer. I mean, they set the stage. The Biden administration and these sanctuary cities set the stage. We're responding to the threat.
So you're in New York for a reason. Is the new mayor working with you to allow you into the jails as of today?
No.
What is your measure of communication with him now on the job?
None. None. He's made it clear he's not going to work with ICE. And, when Mayor Adams was here, you can hate or love Mayor Adams, and we had an agreement that he would allow us back into Rikers Island to arrest those public safety threats in the safety and security of a jail. But the city council shut it down. So, we'll see what happens. I know he met with the president. We'll see down the road if he's going to help arrest. public safety threats, and we're not asking any NYPD to be immigration officers. We're asking their cops to work with our cops to remove national security threats and public safety threats in New York City.
It would help them, too.
Absolutely. It'll make New York City safer. Absolutely.
Right. Great to see you. You're one of the busiest guys in the country, and we appreciate you stopping by.
Yeah, please come back. Tom Homan, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
So much.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.